How likely is it that Rafael Nadal or Novak Djokovic will surpass Roger Federer's record of 71 hard-court singles titles? Despite Federer's retirement after the Laver Cup, two of his greatest opponents may now have their sights set on breaking some of his records, such as most titles won on a single surface. Nadal and Djokovic are currently tied for the lead with 63, and there's still a potential for them to catch up to Federer's 103.
That's nice.
Firstly, what are the current record placements of the top tennis players? As a result of Roger Federer's retirement announcement, many fans have taken the time to reflect on the numerous records he held and speculate on which ones may never be surpassed. The most weeks spent at the top of the charts? The threshold of 237 is extremely high. 5 consecutive wins in the US Open? Hard to top. The most number of books on a single sheet? Possibly feasible. In the history of hard-court tournaments, Federer now holds 71 victories. That was 9 more than Djokovic's 62 on hard courts and 8 more than Rafael Nadal's 63 on clay before this past week. With his victory in Tel Aviv, Djokovic has drawn even with Nadal and moved within striking distance of Federer. So, is one of Federer's greatest opponents finally going to break another of his records? Nadal and Djokovic both have a chance of achieving this feat. Nadal's domination on clay made it seem likely he would eventually eclipse Federer's 71 titles. Nadal is still a formidable opponent on the court, but he's no longer sweeping up as many tags as he used to. Injuries kept him from playing in more than 3 clay tournaments this year. He's struggled to succeed in either Monte Carlo or Madrid. Nadal has 1 title from his last 7 combined appearances in Monte Carlo and Madrid. Despite Nadal's remarkable record of 66-4 in Barcelona, clay is no longer a one-man show. Despite the continued popularity of clay court tournaments in Rome and Paris, this is true. In addition, Nadal's future is unclear because of his history of injuries this year and his admission that he considered retiring at the French Open. Astana's first-round upset by Djokovic's return to the top spot seems uncertain. According to Misha Zverev, he admitted during the Laver Cup, "I was close this year. I'm not going to lie to you. I thought Roland Garros would be my last tournament," he said. Up next, who will walk away with the record, Nadal or Djokovic? Nadal has made it clear that he has no immediate plans to retire. Still, he would need to win consistently on clay if he wants to catch Federer's record of 104 clay court titles. Even if he were to win 4 more clay tournaments over the next 2 years, he would still be 4 short of Federer's record when he turns 38. In the next few years, he may win more than 4 very well, but at this point in his career, even for the greatest player of all time, 7 or 8 seems like a push. Even though he may still miss future tournaments owing to his lack of a COVID-19 vaccination, Djokovic has a more substantial chance of breaking Federer's record. Djokovic is a year younger than Nadal, hasn't dealt with as many injuries, and remains hungry for more tremendous success after taking so much time off the court in 2022. Before the Tel Aviv Open, he said, "I still want to play tennis, even though I achieved pretty much all that you can achieve in tennis. I still have the drive and desire to compete at the top professional level." So, what obstacles might prevent Djokovic from setting a new record? In Tel Aviv, Djokovic proved he's still one of the best players in the world. His performance in the competition was outstanding, as he didn't lose a single set despite not having played in 3 months. Therefore, it's highly conceivable that Djokovic will win at least 1 more title this year if he maintains or even improves his current level of play. In 2023, things might get off to a rocky start if Novak Djokovic is denied entry to Australia due to the visa crisis that erupted earlier this year. Suppose the United States does not amend its entry restrictions. In that case, Djokovic may also be barred from competing in Miami and Indian Wells. Djokovic's prospects of catching up to Federer's record would be significantly hampered if he were to have another shaky start to the year. However, he may go closer if he can compete in tournaments in Australia, the United States, Doha, Dubai, and Mexico. Djokovic would seriously challenge the record if he were to win another title or 2 this year. However, if he finishes the year with 65 hard-court championships, he'll be only 6 short of Federer and should be able to catch up in the next year or 2. Up next, is there any other record of Federer's greatness that can be challenged? Federer's 103 championships are another record that could be broken. He trails just Jimmy Connors, 109 for all time, in the all-time list. Nadal, 92, and Djokovic, 89, seem unlikely to break Connors' record, but Federer's feats could be matched or surpassed. Over the past 4 years, Djokovic has won an average of 4 major titles per year. If he continues in this direction in 3 years, he will have made significant progress. However, with 11 fewer wins, Nadal has a better starting place than Federer, and he may catch up to him in the following 2 or 3 seasons. Nadal and Djokovic's chances of success depend on how long they can continue to play and how well they maintain their physical condition. Even though they both appear to be nearing the end of their careers, they've proven this season that when they're healthy, and in the case of Djokovic, ready to participate, they should be considered the favorites for the top prizes. But can they keep winning long enough to challenge Federer's records? Up next, what makes Djokovic an outstanding player? After losing the US Open final to world number 2 Daniil Medvedev, ending Djokovic's hopes for a calendar slam and a record 21st Grand Slam trophy, Djokovic returned to compete for the first time at the Paris Masters. The world number 1 Serbian tennis player set not 1, but 2 new records at the Paris Masters. After beating world number 9 Hubert Hurkacz in the semifinals, Djokovic secured his position as year-end number 1 for the 7th time, breaking Pete Sampras' record of 6. Afterward, Djokovic defeated Medvedev 4-6, 6-3, 6-3 in the final to win his 37th Masters title, surpassing Rafael Nadal's previous record of 36 Masters championships. The 20-time Grand Slam winner is the only active player to have successfully defended his Paris Masters championships from 2013 through 2015. In addition, he holds the record for most Paris Masters triumphs, with 6 victories at Paris-Bercy. The current number 1 in the world is also the all-time leader in big title victories, with 62 to Nadal's 57 and Federer's 54. One can be considered to have won a big title if they've won a Grand Slam, an ATP Finals, an ATP Masters 1000, or an Olympic gold medal. So, how can he win the race of breaking records? When Djokovic competes in the 2021 ATP Finals in Turin, Italy, he'll have the opportunity to increase this sum. Also, Djokovic would tie Federer's record of 6 finals titles with a victory. Djokovic was asked if he was disheartened by failing to win his 21st Grand Slam title at the US Open. He said, "I've just ended the season being number 1 worldwide. That was my primary focus in the last stretch of the season, and I'm pleased with how I fared. I'm thrilled and content with the outcome. There are many more years ahead of us, so I know I'll have plenty of chances to win Grand Slams. But in this case, things are different. Contrast me with Medvedev and the young people of today. However, I'm in fine shape right now. I'm ready to go back on track and have the drive to do it," the player said. Lastly, how motivated is Djokovic to break the records? The rest of Djokovic's career goal is to shatter as many records as possible. All throughout my professional life, I've been forthright in stating that the rich tradition of our sport is too great a driving force. So yes, I want to set a new standard for professional golfers by achieving unprecedented success on tour and shattering every record there is to be broken. In other words, I get a kick out of establishing new benchmarks. I feel incredibly encouraged to keep going. The Grand Slams and Masters 1000 are the most valuable tournaments to me because of the enormous number of points they award. This is a nice perk of participating in our sport," he said. Novak Djokovic, the number 1 tennis player in the world, has stated that he loves breaking records and seeks to own whatever accolade he can. What do you think? And that concludes our video for today. We hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon to remain updated on the next exciting video. You can leave your interesting comments below. Well, we'll see you all in the following video. I appreciate you taking the time to watch. Goodbye.